And yeah, I'm excited to see more of them and to see them integrate into the show, especially
Hmm.
Rosita. I think Peter said, he's
Yeah.
like, Rosita actually ends up with a really good arc, and it sort of creeps up on you. You don't expect it, but it really does grow. And I'm like, yeah, I think she does.
She's
So
so good in the finale, and she's just great. Yeah.
her and Josh McDermott knocked it out of the park in the finale, like the
Yeah.
two of them together. Oh my God, it was so good.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's great to have them here. I'm glad they turned up. Forgot this was the episode they got introduced. So yeah, it was
Hmm.
nice to see them.
Yeah, I think I read it in someone's comment, so I was
Mm.
waiting for it. Um, that's it. Yeah, I've already said everything I had to say about them. I had one more point. Do you have any more?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Just about Terminus. So they see the first Terminus sign. It says sanctuary for all, community for all, those who arrive, survive, Terminus. And, like I said, there's a lot of optimism versus pessimism here. And this sign, Terminus, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like this is where something terminates, like could be your life. But if you're optimistic, it's like this place is the final place you'll need to go because it's so great. It's safe. And,
Mhm.
they're all in up shit creek right now. So it's great to introduce this possibility of hopeful possibility because they need something. They need shelter. But man, this is Walking Dead. Sophia came out of the barn. We should have known right away what
Yep.
it's going to be. And it's the worst. It's fucking cannibals.
It's
Another
so
punch in the
bad.
face. Yeah.
It'll terminate your life and your appetite.
Right. About Terminus, ChatGPT says Terminus was the original name for Atlanta, Georgia in the 19th century. It
Yes.
was established as a railroad hub where multiple rail lines converged, making it a key transportation center. The name Terminus literally means end of the line, which is a connection to Fear the Walking Dead and our favorite song.
Well, it's all right.
And yeah, so what else about Terminus? This dying guy told Carol and Tyrese, the guy that got bitten, there's a place up the road. It's up the tracks. It's safe. Trust me. What's that all about?
How the
What?
fuck would he know?
Yeah, he's alive. So is he just like, I trust me, because it's got to be right because I read the signs, or is he a termite who's
Do they
lying?
send out weird missionaries who then gain? I mean, I wouldn't put it
Yeah,
past them to do like what
maybe he's a
Aaron
cannibal.
and Eric are doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
And he's like, I'll do him one last solid before I die here and send him some food.
Yeah, I
It's kind of
actually
weird.
could believe that. Like, I
Yeah.
genuinely could.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, Gareth ran a tight ship. What can I say? He knew what he was
Yeah. He
doing.
is
Like,
super organized with clipboards.
say what you like about Gareth, he was a good
He's the
manager.
best.
Like,
I love Gareth. Terminus, I mean, we'll talk a lot about them, but couple thoughts that came up is they were kind of asking to be fucked with because you put up signs to lure
oh yeah,
people
you invite
in.
people in.
You're going to find some people that you wish hadn't come,
Yeah,
at some point, like Carol.
they were under the illusion that they could control the
Yeah.
flow, and they
Playing
just
with
can't
fire.
because of
And
flow.
And also just that they became this group of cannibals. I'll save this for later because we'll be talking about them later. So forget that. Okay. What about notes?
I have no notes. I just have my IMDb and my timeline.
Okay. I have a few. I thought it was cool that Daryl knew which tracks were walker tracks. And I guess it wouldn't be too hard because they like drag their feet probably,
Yeah.
shuffle around. This is the start of people walking along train tracks for the next few episodes, and I think one reason why I like that is I just have warm feelings about people walking on train tracks after one of my favorite movies, Stand By Me.
Stand by
Makes me
me. I
think
knew you
about
were going to
that.
say stand by me. Yeah, train tracks.
It's really good. And then also just seeing Abraham and Eugene and Rosita reminds me of how at Walker Stalker, the groups of actors who came in together tended to hang out. So you get those three hanging out a lot. You get the prisoner guys hanging out later, like Luke Magna, Connie,
Cool.
yeah, and Kelly, yeah, hanging out. So that was
Were
kind of fun to watch.
Was it quite sad when Cudlitz was killed off? Was that like a vibe you got?
Yeah, I mean, he was
Or he
such
kept going to cons, right?
Yeah. He was such a big presence at the cons. After that comment Abraham made about Bisquick with Glenn, he would
he did the
bring
food bank.
Bisquick food bank thing, and he just had the best panels and big lines and just a great guy. So after Abraham died, I think, after anyone died, their lines would be super long at the convention, the next Walker Stalker, whether they usually had long lines or not. So he just got more popular at the convention after that.
It felt like Stephen Yeun was pulling away from conventions prior to Glenn's death. Like, it felt like he was
less. Yeah, he'd go
from
less, but he still went regularly though.
Yeah.
But he would go less.
I think Cudlitz is just great. Like, I always felt bad that his death is kind of overshadowed by Glenn's.
I know.
You know, it was double misery. But yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that he was a cool guy to hang out with.
Absolutely.
For IMDb, Terminus is the original name of Atlanta. Don't know if you knew that, which is the capital of Georgia, where the series is set. Boom. Many past and present cast members came to watch the final prison shoot because it was the last one at that location. A co-executive producer said it was like saying goodbye to a character.
Interesting.
Trivia question. The town highlighted on the map as Terminus is which town?
Is it Macomb?
Yeah, I can't remember how to say it, so I was making you say it.
It's like bacon.
Macon.
Well, it's
Macon. 5 sets of twin girls have played the role of Judith, but for more intense scenes, stunt dolls are used. Although, there was a shot with Lizzie's hand that did not look like a stunt doll.
Lizzie had her hand on the baby, and the baby was like trying to get it away. It
was really upsetting.
Like, wait, you're not really supposed to be doing that.
First appearance of Sergeant Abraham Ford, Dr. Eugene Porter, and Rosita Espinosa. The backpack that Glenn Paxton takes with him is the same one that belonged to the hitchhiker that Rick, Carl, and Michonne passed on the road in episode 312 Clear.
I always thought it was so weird that kept showing up, because to me it's just a reminder of when they were total fucking assholes. But I don't know if
it keeps showing
the
up.
point is supposed to be like, this is when they weren't trying to help people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
And from this episode until 416A, Judith Grimes is portrayed by Alicia DeFranco and Eleora DeFranco. They replace previous twins Aniston Price and Tinsley Price. So a slightly different baby. Bigger baby.
I remember my first panel with them. It would be like, so how is it when Lizzie put your hand on your mouth, and they'd be like,
just giving her the finger and then crying, putting their feet in their mouths, like.
Yeah, just took a dump right on stage.
I did laugh at Lizzie just throwing the nappy into the woods. It's just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. It's the end of the world. Timeline wise, these episodes take place on January 30th and 31st. So January 30th is day 524, which is the day the prison falls. So we see some stuff from that day. And then the 31st, so we see Daryl and Beth overnight. The next day, the day after that, is the 31st, which is day 525, which is also Carl's pudding day. So It's all happening in that kind of little bit of time there. But I think all our plot lines are on the same day now. We've all caught up.
Cool. Only on The Walking Dead would grown men regularly leave little kids alone in zombie-infested forests.
Quite accurate. Only on The Walking Dead would being a babysitter literally be the worst job in the world.
The grunts.
Matt King says, great to see Glenn again, probably the most likable character across the whole series. And seeing the arrival of Eugene, Abraham, and Rosita, who brought so much new energy to the show. Abraham and Glenn losing 2-0 to Negan's home runs is still one of the worst decisions in the show. Lizzie is just so detached. And what the hell was Tyrese doing, leaving her and Mika with Judith so he could go off for a bit of action? Quite right, Matt. Although I read that as like a bit of like action. Yeah, so, right. You know. Great to see Carol appear just in time, though the look on her face when Tyrese approached, probably not sure if Rick had grassed her up. Terminus incoming. Buckle up.
Yep.
Love that energy.
Yeah. Nathan Eshelman says, this is no knock against the show, but I remember the introduction of Abraham's Army being the first time new characters had overtly comic book energy. Between Abraham's larger-than-life attitude and Eugene's allegedly classified knowledge, the group thinks they're going on a mission to potentially save the world, which is often a quest partaken in comic book narratives. This adds an exciting new element to the day-to-day survivalism, which despite the zombies has felt grounded and realistic up to this point. I remember that it was around this time I decided to start reading the comics. The introduction of Abraham's Army was a big deal among comic fans. That's what they would call the panels with those guys, by the way, Abraham's Army.
I was trying to remember. I was like, they had a name. It's like Abe and the Gang. And I'm like, Abraham's Army, that's the one. Yep.
And I wanted to start being a part of the conversations where people with comic knowledge speculated on future episodes. Comic talk at the end of your podcast episodes may have been an influence as well. Hope you enjoyed the show, assholes.
Oh.
Cool, Nathan.
Love it.
Okay, here's a call from Sierra from Ontario.
Hey, Lucy and Jason. This is Sierra calling you back from Ontario, Canada.
Yay.
Yo.
Thanks so much for playing my call a few episodes back. To be honest, I've been meaning to get back to you guys sooner, but basically my partner and I have started watching Fear as of recently.
Sierra, no.
And I've just been trying to catch up with the episodes of the podcast corresponding with the episodes that I'm watching. And that's been fun. So yeah, I've just been a little busy. Thanks to you guys. Yeah, I was kind of reluctant to start watching Fear. Oddly enough, it was actually my partner that suggested it. He claims to not be that big of a fan of the whole
Just kidding.
zombie thing, but I don't know. Maybe I changed his mind. But yeah, I was saying, I was kind of reluctant because well, for one, my dad was watching it when it aired and then eventually just kind of gave up on it. And I remember hearing from you guys that, well, it seemed anyway that you had positive feelings about the show, more towards like the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of went on a decline after like Nick and Madison left. And that's honestly how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
I'm on, I couldn't tell you which episode, but I'm in season 5 right now. And honestly, ever since, I don't know, the beginning of season 4, I haven't been as engaged with the show, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm still intrigued, I guess, to see where it goes. I actually started reading the comics recently as well.
Cool.
I just finished volume 10. So yeah, thanks to you guys, I'm like just super, I don't know, locked in with this whole franchise, I guess. And yeah, it's been interesting. Initially I was listening to the comic talks, but I had to stop after I started reading them because I don't want to,
of course,
spoil too much.
Comics are great.
But yeah, big fan, you know, better late than never, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really fun to hear someone discovering all this right now.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love it.
Half the time that happens, it's because they were only 7 years old when it started.
Yeah, I know. You feel so old. You're like, okay.
But yeah, so I don't know if you know this, Sierra, but Fear the Walking Dead started off with being run by this guy, Dave Erickson. And before season 3 even started, the ratings were kind of going down. So I think that's why AMC announced after this season that you're about to see, we're going to have new showrunners. So we watched all of season 3 knowing it was going to be the last season with this guy, Dave Erickson, at the helm. And we were like, oh man, this is really good. But too bad, but hopefully it'll be better. And then they just announced they were bringing Morgan in. And that's when Ian Goldberg and Adam Chambliss came in. Is that their names? I think it is. Chambliss. And that's why it's no surprise at all that it started to feel different at the beginning of season 4, because that's when they came in and they did something that I always don't like when new writers come into something, whether it's a comic book or a show. They just kind of have no respect for what came before, and they say, we want to put our own stamp on this and do completely our own thing. And I mean, if they're good, that's what I was thinking. If you guys are good, then fine. But I hate to say this, but it just got worse and worse. And if
It really
you are listening to me and you made it to season 6 and you're like, there's no way it could have been worse than that, Jason. Yeah, it totally was.
It was.
Worse than beer balloons? Yes.
I would pay such good money to know what Goldberg and Shambliss had on AMC, or what contract they had that kept them employed. Like, so many great shows are cancelled after like 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But if you do continue to want to hear us talking about it, at some point you're going to have to sign up for Patreon, because we decided we were so negative about it that we didn't want to keep putting that out to the world. And also we just didn't want to quite spend as much time on it. So we switched over to Patreon and started calling our episodes Roundtable Rants. And I would invite different people in and we would just eviscerate the show. And we tried to have fun with it, but we did eventually, I think, end up covering every single episode one way or another.
It was cathartic. Deborah Ulmer says, Dear Jason and Lucy, it's so interesting to see the different sets of people in how our group is split up. Even though in universe everyone is only separated for a short time, who each other ends up being with is an important dynamic for them. What happens with everyone's relationships during this will affect each of their characters moving forward for the rest of their time on the series. I thought it was a great contrast, the way they put Beth's narration of the hopefulness of finding the prison over showing her and Daryl's struggle in the aftermath of the fall. It makes that opening so much sadder when you pay attention to her words. Another thing that was really powerful in this episode, and the ones to come, is Maggie and Glenn's unwavering love in having belief that each other is alive. They won't let anyone get in their way to find them. I never get tired of rewatching this half of the season because you get to see the range of emotions and how our people react to situations. How our people react to the situations they are experiencing leading up to them reuniting. As always, y'all take care. Thanks, Deborah. You too.
Thanks, Deborah. Take care. Becky Anderson says, I love the opening. Beth and Daryl running for their lives while we get the voiceover of Beth discussing hope, the prison, and finding joy where they are. Beth and Daryl are my favorite pairing this season. I shall call them Barrel.
I like Barrel.
It's their moments together that made Beth my favorite character until her demise. I forgot Lizzie was going to suffocate Judith. I wonder how much Carol saw before she approached them. I don't know. I get the feeling she didn't really see, which would be believable given that she's trying to kill zombies to save them, you know?
Yeah.
But who knows? This part of the season is where I envy people seeing it for the first time. Knowing what comes soon takes some of the oomph out of it, I agree. But I do like moments I forgot about, like Eugene, Abraham, and Rosita showing up at the end. Crazy things going on, so I leave you with this amazing quote from Herschel. Quote, if you don't have hope, what's the point in living? Let's all hang on to hope that though things may get worse, they will eventually get better. Much love. Hear, hear, Becky. Thank you.
I like that, Becky.
And Rachel responded to her saying, the officially unofficial name for Beth and Daryl in the fandom and fan fiction world is Bethel. Not that I have read hours and hours of Bethel fanfic or anything, but maybe I have. They're my favorite too.
Good intel.
All right, here's a call from Steve Brown.
Hello, the cast of us. This is Steve, and this is going to be for The Walking Dead Season 4 episode, is it 10?
Mm-hmm.
Inmates. Oh, so we don't pick up right at where the last one lifted off with Michonne knocking on the door. So the mystery of whether she returned the shoe or not is still up in the air. Start with Beth. And she's given us a previously on. Oh, I noticed Daryl retrieved his arrow from that one that he just killed that was about to get Beth. Fortunately, none of that was true. Assume she doesn't have that journal with her. Going off into the dark in the middle of the night, Beth, is not a good idea, but okay. Yeah. Daryl's going after her. Oh, harsh, Daryl. Faith didn't do anything for her father. That's not right. That look between them, you can tell. He regrets what he said. Okay, Beth needs to improve her listening skills. That walker wasn't even a ninja walker. He was making a lot of noise. I guess she did make it out with the journal. Of course, she's burning some of the pages of it, though. Oh, and we catch up with Lizzie and Mika. That's the little girl's names. Oh, and we get to see that little Judith is alive. Oh, okay. Was Lizzie killing something under that tree? And that's what we saw Beth walk past earlier a few moments ago. And Lizzie just casually tosses the diaper away. Oh, and Mika already realizes that Lizzie doesn't understand walkers. Not really. Okay, so Tyrese helped some people there at the train tracks. That wasn't the same group, though, that Rick and that Daryl and Beth found, right? And Tyrese and Mika and Lisa. I'm getting confused with all these different characters. all alone. Oh, careful, Lizzie, not too tight. Oh, okay, so Mika fired the gun, and that's what's going to make Tyrese run back to help them. And hopefully Lizzie lets up on Judith. Okay, so that's why Tyrese just left him there, because they all got killed. No, Carol found him. Carol found the girls. Oh, and this guy knows about Terminus, so he told him to go up the tracks. See, this shows how close our groups really are. Oh, Carol doesn't tell Tyrese that Rick banished her, just that she was out scavenging. Oh, now we get to see Maggie. Oh, and I noticed Michael Cudlett's, Josh McDermott, and Christine Serratos' names in the credits this time, so I think we get to see them this time, right? We get a snippet of Maggie, Sasha, and Bob. Oh, the roadside says inmates. Title of the episode. I don't know if it's really a mic drop because it didn't get said, but hitchhikers may be escaping inmates. Uh-oh, they found the bus. Ooh, and it's full of walkers. Oh, but they got to find out if Glenn is in there or not. Oh, and Maggie just smashing that one's head against the bus. Oh, but then I'm sorry. Oh, Maggie's still got to check it, though. The bus, I mean. And, of course, they fake us out with one that has hair like Glenn, but isn't Glenn. Of course, we get a non-existent commercial break that comes back with Glenn being alive at the prison. Ooh, this is bad with just a lantern to see. He's got to make it through the prison now. Oh, and he found the riot gear, and he found Maggie's picture. Hey, is that the orange backpack? Believe it is. Oh, and he found Tara just sitting there dejected. Oh, shows Glenn's character, even though he recognizes Tara was one of them, he knows he needs her help to get out. Oh, and there's a sign again. Hitchhikers may be escaping inmates. Inmates, the title of the episode. Are they really still inmates if they're escaping? Oh, okay, so Tara just said Lily, her sister, was overrun by walkers. Wow, I'm choked up between this scene between Glenn and Tara, Elena Masterman and Stephen Yeun, just wonderful, and I'm going long, sorry. I have to believe. And there they are, at the end of the episode. All right, on to next week.
Inmates who escape are called outmates, I think.
Steve mentioned something that I'd forgotten about, which is Lizzie doing weird shit to rabbits.
Oh yeah,
and
we
there
didn't
is
talk about
a scene where they focus in on a log, and I couldn't figure out what was stuffed in it, if it was dead rabbits or blood-covered kids' toys. So he might be on something there.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and also just how he was like, oh yeah, Mika does understand that Lizzie thinks differently about walkers or whatever. I think when Mika and Carol and Lizzie were in a scene earlier this season, and Mika said she's messed up, and I'm like, yeah, Mika spends more time with Lizzie than anyone, and she knows her better than anyone, and who knows what she's had to hear from Lizzie all that time, she knows.
Mika's looking out for her sister a lot, and yeah,
they're sisters. Yeah, it's got to be tough for a poor kid.
Ugh. Who have we got next? We've got Billy Thompson. Hello. Hope you guys are well. Not much to say on this episode. Felt like a really quick episode. Seemed to be over before I knew it. A few thoughts though. First off, Lizzie holding her hand over Judith's mouth actually made me feel sick. Yep. I guess it was because the writers wanted us to know she's completely lost the understanding of life and death, but it wasn't nice to see. We get to see the first Terminus sign in this episode. My missus has a really cool handle that has Glenn go to Terminus on it. A really cool hoodie, not a handle. I'm so sorry, Billy. A really cool hoodie that has Glenn go to Terminus on it, which I always think of when rewatching the Terminus episodes.
That sounds like, I forget, like that's what Maggie wrote, right?
Yeah.
She writes it on a building. But when you forget that happened, it just seems really mean. Like, Glenn, go to Terminus.
You know what, Glenn? You know what? You just go to Terminus.
That's what you
I've had it up to here with you. Billy says, I think this episode must have almost completely slipped my mind because I had no idea this is how Tara became involved in the group. This episode just makes me love Glenn even more. He had absolutely had the right to leave Tara and to just leave Tara and go look for Maggie, but it is just not in his nature. Abe, Rosita, and Eugene are introduced in this episode. What the fuck? That almost completely slipped my mind. I thought I would ace most Walking Dead quizzes, but after this episode, I'm not so sure. Anyway, on to the next. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
I would love to have another trivia night soon.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh? And maybe a Walking Dead would be fun.
The UK time zone and then the US time zone and see which.
In the Discord, Nathan, half jokingly, or I think all said we should do a fear one sometime, but that might actually be kind of fun. I don't know if I'd remember any of it. I would not study for it.
I will not study. You can't make me.
What shape of balloon did... Andy Fisher says, Dear JLou, doesn't the second part of the season strike you as a Dark Wizard of Oz analogy? I don't know. I'm intrigued, though. The wonderful, amazing cast of The Walking Dead gathering their courage and walking down the road to Terminus/Oz. Oh, of course, yeah. Rewatching season 4 and listening to your commentary really helps me figure out why it moves me so much. It's seeing people so battered by the world, ripped away from their families and friends, and tossed into an unforgiving, brutal world, but still having the courage to continue. Absolutely. And like the Wizard of Oz, there is no there, no wizard, no salvation. But it would have been a different movie if he would have ended up being a cannibal.
Yeah.
But it's close. Friends to walk the road with you if you're lucky, and you're going to need every ounce of courage to make it through. And this season ends with my favorite line ever written or spoken on TV. Rick, trapped in the train car. No, they're going to feel real stupid when they find out they're fucking with the wrong people. Long live The Walking Dead. P.S. Any information about a spin-off series being developed for Fear the Walking Dead? What?
Oh God, I hope not.
No. That's great, Andy. I like the Wizard of Oz thing. Yeah, totally.
I like that a lot. We've got Rachel Teal Edwards, who says, the writing and flow of this episode is flawless. I agree with Billy. It was over so quickly. It's perfection, the way we get these vignettes for each group, moving from Beth, who's worried about the children, to the surviving children who are safe with Tyrese, who wonders about his sister, who's actually alive, with Maggie, who's searching for her husband who's back at the prison. Matthew Negretti and Channing Powell truly show what an art form writing can be. Bethel, they're just the intro this week, but what a snapshot of their dynamic. The running, the struggle, sweaty and filthy, and a glimpse already of what we'll see in the coming episodes. Daryl is hopeless, crushed, defeated, and immediately goes back to what was familiar before he found his family and his place in the world. Survival is the only thing that matters. Beth doesn't accept this. Full of stubborn hope and knowing there's more to living than simply surviving, she pulls him out of this dark place for the first time by making the executive decision to go looking for survivors. I remember being dubious about this pairing the first time I watched it, but I came to love these two characters together more than anything. Tyrese, Lizzie, and Mika. The big reveal. Judith lives. What a memorable moment that is. Who wouldn't feel safe in Tyrese's arms? He plays in over his head, but ready to kill for these kids so damn well. Oh, Lizzie. I almost can't watch that scene where she's on the verge of suffocating Judith. It's so disturbing. And like, how did they film that? Ugh, I hate it. Sasha, Bob, and Maggie. Another dynamic I adore. Bob becomes so lovable over these next few episodes. I love the way he challenges Sasha and despite being sweet on her, doesn't cater to her more cynical thoughts.
Yeah.
His optimism and commitment to staying together and helping Maggie is what we all need right now.
Yeah, let me say something about that. Yeah, I agree. I think it's great how he tries to get her to enjoy, and he's kind of being, you might think he's doing it because he's trying to get something from her, but then, like you said, he won't let her get away with certain things. So then you realize, no, that's not what it's about. It's just
not at all
fun.
Yeah, he just loves her.
Yeah.
At a time when hopelessness and defeat could dominate the vibe of this show, we get these beautiful characters who are hopeful, optimistic, stubborn, determined, and resilient. Glenn and Tara. I never realised until this rewatch that Glenn's scene at the prison is reminiscent of Rick waking up in the hospital. Stephen Yeun does such a good job communicating so much through his facial expressions and body language without speaking a word. The whole scene conveys the hopelessness and anxiety and desperation of the situation so well. Plus, it really shows just how creepy the prison is now that it's destroyed, abandoned, and overrun. Watching it again, I really felt a bit of panic for Glenn, but love and hope motivate him to armor up and fight his way out. Alana Masterson is so good in this scene as well, just absolutely dependent and lost. Such fantastic scenes between Glenn and Tara, plus damn, she is a badass shooting her way out with such precision. I'm so glad she's on our team now. Plus, it all ends with my absolute favourite character entrance. Abraham has arrived. Hope you enjoyed the show, assholes. I still remember watching that scene for the first time thinking, what the fuck do we have here now? Thank you so much for doing this rewatch, Jason and Lucy. It's such a joy to come back to every week. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Thanks for being a part of it.
I was chatting with her today, and I think I convinced her, because she's about to go into labor pretty soon here, that she'll have plenty of time once she starts labor to watch an episode and write us comments before she gives birth.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it'll be a good coherent critique.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I can't wait. I hope that actually happens. And as Tara, one thing I forgot to mention too is she's guilt-ridden. She's very humble and just sorry about everything that just happened and her part in it. And that feels so unlike, I mean, it makes sense for her because she's a good person, but when she's in her normal mode where something like that didn't just happen, she's not like that at all. She's kind of, she has a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Quirky, or not quirky, remarks, like comments and things like that, that are funny. But then at the end here, when she says, "Hope you enjoyed the show, assholes," I'm like, oh, that's the Tara we know.
Yeah, exactly. Assholes.
All right. Here's one more call from Renee.
Renee.
Hi, guys. This is Renee calling. Besides Rick and Michonne, Daryl would be next in line for me to get lost with someone in the woods doing the ZA. Although, if I needed a hug or words of encouragement, he would definitely be liking in that department. It's like, Daryl, give that little baby a hug. Let her know that everything is going to be okay. I wanted to go through the TV and get the poor little baby a hug. Mm-hmm. And Lizzie, the little psychopath, what was it that she was cutting? When she was, it was, I don't know, a rat, a bird, or something. And it's like, do you guys think that she was going to some other Judith? Because I do. The little girl clearly is a psychopath. And Tyrese is so sweet. He is so innocent. And when he turned around and he was holding Judith, I mean, the first time I saw it, of course, I knew what was going to happen now. But the first time, I mean, I screamed. I was so freaking happy. I did not know what to do. And Maggie. People in this fandom are psycho because they're always saying that Maggie did not care about Beth. All she cared about is Glenn. And clearly in this episode, Maggie said that she couldn't find Beth. So that means that she looked for her sister, and now she's going to look for her husband. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And Maggie and Beth is like, you would think they were real sisters in real life because they walk identical. I have 5 brothers, and 2 of my brothers, they walk identical. And Maggie sit in that bus. When I tell you that bus was horrible, blood was everywhere. It was the gore. It was just awful. And Maggie just sat down. That's how you know her nerves were so bad because it's no way. It's like, ew. And Polatar, she felt so guilty about what happened. It's like she was just sitting there looking all sad and in despair, which I think that she just gave up. Like, if I die, I just die. And I'm so glad that Glenn went back and, helped her. And did you also notice that Glenn said he believed? And I love that because that just made me think about little RJ when he said that he believed, and it was such a big hoopla about RJ saying that and how he sounds so corny. But when Glenn said it, evidently I've never heard anything about that, in the past. So
good point.
It's okay for a grown man to say I believe and it sounds cute, but when a little baby say I believe, it sounds corny. Get the heck out of here, okay? Rosita, my girl. Now, they was wrong for putting her on those Daisy Dukes in that crop top. I know you guys said that comes straight off the comic book page, but listen, it would not be the zombies to take them out with them wearing stuff like that. Even Daryl with the muscle shirt, Abraham with the muscle shirt, it would be the mosquitoes and the gnats. When I tell you the bugs here are horrendous, they're like something that you have never, ever experienced in life. Alrighty, I will talk to you guys later. Peace and love. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Renee.
She reminded me, talking about Beth, so we were saying Beth and Daryl, Beth was more optimistic. She's like, we're going to find people. I'm going to get this food because they're going to be hungry and all that. And then just to think about it, she ends up, she's kind of on her own for a whole season because she left the prison in season 4, episode 8. And I think her death is season 5, episode 8. And she never finds anybody that whole time,
Apart from
and
Noah.
it's really sad. And I'm just like, okay, so the optimistic, hopeful one gets that. And then the pessimistic Daryl gets his own spinoff and lives forever.
Paris. Oui, oui.
He gets to go to France.
I'm going to France in a couple of weeks.
Oh, cool. Are you going to go to Mont Saint-Michel?
We don't have time to go to Mont Saint-Michel. It's for my mama's birthday. So we're going to go to Giverny, which is Monet's Gardens, and a little bit of Paris. Maybe hit up the Demi-Monde, see how everyone's doing.
Will you go down into the catacombs?
I would like to. We're only there for a really short period of time. I think we're going to go to Musée d'Orsay and see some Impressionism.
Cool.
But yeah, I'd quite like to see the catacombs because I've never been. So
yeah, you should go. It's cool, and especially since you liked that one movie that took place in there.
I was the one person in the world that liked that one movie.
You should go. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to.
Because that show is just so moving at the end here. It's been so great.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope more people
it's
tune
very
in. Tell
nostalgic.
your friends.
Yeah, I mean, we have fun with it too, me and Richard and Rima. But I also want to mention that, this episode's made possible by Patreon supporters like Omega, who've pledged their support at patreon.com/Jason Kabassi. So thank you to Omega. I swear that's a real person.
Is Omega a whisper?
I don't know.
I'm a bit worried.
The last one.
Thank you.
Call in, Omega. So a couple things. Yesterday, Lucy and Karen and I recorded a super duper tangent time. That's our Patreon exclusive podcast we do sometimes where we just talk about random topics. How did you think that went?
Oh, I had super fun. I forgot we were recording for a lot of it. I was like, we're just having really interesting conversations. And then
see. If anyone wants to hear us have a conversation where we forget we're recording, sign up for Patreon.
Where you'll find out which one of us is not opposed to being severed a la Severance. It's not who you think. It's not who you think.
And yeah, we had some pretty good topics. I think it spanned the gamut. But I also want to mention we're having a special guest with us next week. I think I'll leave that as a surprise for the claimed episode. But after that, we're